In the year 1500, a shadow stretched from the coast of Portugal, reaching out towards the fabled riches of the East. This was the year Portugal launched its second great expedition to India, a venture far grander and more aggressive than Vasco da Gama's pioneering voyage just a few years prior. At the helm was Pedro Álvares Cabral, a nobleman entrusted with 13 ships and over 1,000 men. Their mission was clear, but it was not one of simple exploration. Portugal craved something more: control. They sought to dominate the lucrative spice trade and wrestle command of the Indian Ocean's vast commercial networks from established powers. Shortly after setting sail from Lisbon, a strange fate intervened. Following the advice of da Gama to swing wide into the Atlantic to catch favorable winds, Cabral's fleet drifted much farther west than intended. On April 22, lookouts spotted land. It was not India. Before them lay an unknown shore, lush with dense forests and winding rivers. The crew went ashore, encountering indigenous peoples in a land of stunning natural abundance. Cabral named it the Island of the True Cross and claimed it for the Portuguese crown. This accidental discovery, this vast new territory, would one day be known as Brazil. After a brief stay, Cabral sent one ship back to Portugal to announce the news and turned the rest of his fleet back toward their original goal, India. The journey east became a brutal test of endurance. As the fleet rounded the southern tip of Africa, a ferocious storm descended upon them near the Cape of Good Hope. The tempest was merciless. 4 ships, including the one captained by the famed explorer Bartolomeu Dias, were swallowed by the raging sea. Hundreds of men perished. The remaining vessels, battered and broken, struggled onward. With supplies dwindling and morale sinking, they finally limped across the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean, reaching the legendary port of Calicut in September 1500. Calicut was the vibrant heart of the Asian spice trade, a cosmopolitan hub where merchants from across the known world converged. For centuries, it had been dominated by powerful Muslim trading communities with deep-rooted connections across the sea. Cabral initially attempted a diplomatic approach, meeting with the Zamorin, the local Hindu ruler. He managed to secure permission to establish a Portuguese trading post, or factory, within the city. However, the air was thick with suspicion. The established Arab and local merchants viewed these European newcomers not as partners, but as aggressive rivals, threatening their centuries-old monopoly. Tensions quickly boiled over. Disputes over trade practices and the price of spices escalated into open hostility. The Portuguese felt cheated, while the local merchants saw them as arrogant intruders. The simmering conflict finally erupted into violence. A mob, incited by rival traders, stormed the Portuguese factory. In the ensuing chaos, more than 50 Portuguese, including the head of the trading post, were killed. Cabral, anchored offshore, watched the slaughter unfold. His response was swift and brutal. This was a pivotal moment. The dream of peaceful trade died in the streets of Calicut. Cabral decided that if Portugal could not trade through diplomacy, it would dominate through force. He ordered his ships to unleash their cannons. For 2 full days, a relentless bombardment rained down upon the city. The harbor was set ablaze as Portuguese cannons targeted Calicut's port and the merchant ships docked there. Hundreds of people died in the assault. The message was unmistakable. Portugal was no longer a guest in the Indian Ocean, it was a conqueror, and its authority would be enforced by naval firepower. Leaving the smoldering ruins of Calicut behind, Cabral sailed south along the Malabar coast. He sought new allies, rivals of the powerful Zamorin. He found them in the nearby city-states of Cochin and Cannon. Weary of Calicut's dominance, the rulers of these ports welcomed the Portuguese. Here, Cabral successfully negotiated favorable trade agreements and established secure trading posts, laying the crucial groundwork for what would become Portugal's sprawling empire in Asia. Laden with a precious cargo of spices, the remaining ships began the long voyage home. Cabral's expedition, though fraught with disaster and violence, was a historic success from the Portuguese perspective. Its impact was threefold and would reshape the world. First, it solidified the sea route to India, proving that large fleets could make the journey. Second, it delivered the immense territory of Brazil into European awareness and Portuguese possession. And third, most consequentially, it heralded a new, brutal era of global commerce. It demonstrated that European naval power could project force across oceans and build empires through cannon fire. The age of peaceful exchange was ending. The age of empire had truly begun. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like this video and subscribe for more historical stories.